Someone found the glove discarded by the man earlier. It's like a tailor-made perfect advertisement for embodying the role of a plan follower. Meanwhile, the rich dad barreled in like a superhero, begging everyone to help find his golden bachelor son. Everyone, grateful for the rich guy's kindness, agreed readily. Little did they know the rich kid was shivering under the furnace. After a fruitless night, the man was summoned by police the next day. A forest fire sensor detected another situation there. The guy panicked, relieved thermal imaging doesn't record. The police sought his expertise to ID their weapons. As the local gun shop clerk, he could guess the cake candle flavor at a glance. After stammering, he gave an answer. The police identified one of them by the gun model. It was the rich kid who had recently bought the superhero's weapon at his shop. Thermal imaging has blind spots. They couldn't identify the other. To uncover the truth, they brought in a detective expert. The man secretly rejoiced and seized the moment to ask to visit the scene for fun. Little did he know. The expert looked like a total noob but turned out to be a pro. A quick glance at the scene and he nailed down the entire live broadcast of what he declared it murder. It was obviously overplayed. The guy was shocked, transforming it into a thrilling mystery drama. The cops decided to bring in some rescue dogs. The man's heart sank, prompting a stealthy midnight exit to dig out the rich kid's clothes from under the He dashed to the crime scene, ran around with the clothes, trying to confuse the rescue dog scent, and it worked. The rescue dogs found nothing. The man knew he'd be the prime suspect if he didn't destroy the evidence, so he sent off the rich kid that night. Soon, the rich kid's ashes scattered like snow over the town. The man, about to return home, bumped into his dad outside a bar. The rich man, elated, said he'd just spoken to his alive son, prompting the man's doubts. How could the rich guy, who just lost his son, be lying? Did he hide some terrifying secret? Although he was labelled a great benefactor in town, he often aided wandering girls, yet nobody knew he was a twisted killer. After each good deed, he'd hunt girls for thrills. That day's girl was different. Instead of screaming when she realized she was trapped, she gave the rich guy a taste of his own fear thrill. He hit the unlock button, urging her to escape quickly while she stood frozen, thinking about her next move. But as she reached the door, she hesitated, knowing the rich guy wouldn't let her go that easily. His mood took a sharp turn into serious terror. Just then, she nicked his face with the blade, but it was like a tickle to him. Frustrated, he yanked her out and grabbed his sniper rifle like he was picking up a tea. "Get up and run," he said, as though that was a perfectly normal and acceptable way to handle the situation. The girl yelled in frustration, the rich guy furious. His hunting gave no pleasure worse. His son vanished. Fearing that a police search would expose the secrets, he rushed to the station claiming his son was found and that they could wrap up the case. Little did he know, Sheriff Lisa insisted on seeing the rich kid to officially close the case. He lied his son was at a town hotel. After leaving, a reporter learned the rich kid was alive. He planned to team up with Chef Lisa for an investigation, ensuring his story would be a hot hit while Lisa could have her cake and eat it too. The manager pulled up the surveillance footage, revealing a completely different guest with the same name as the rich kid. Why the lies, Rich? The killer, Dirk, figured the rich dude was hiding something since. Come on, whose kid just vanishes without raising eyebrows? With enormous wealth at stake, who was to inherit it? Dirk sensed something was off. While returning home with Little Fatty, he was suddenly attacked. Little Fatty lunged at him with a knife, and he wrestled it back, asking why Little Fatty had to resort to this. In a panic, he stabbed Little Fatty, and the police found a sketchbook in Little Fatty's backpack, chock full of violent comics. The pages planned revenge on classmates he disliked. Police suspected Little Fatty's violent tendencies, yet he was best buds with Little Annie Odd. Back at home, Dirk eyed his son's wound and suddenly had a revelation. With years of forensic experience, he knew Little Annie was lying. He dashed back to the crime scene at school, using his usual detective skills to conclude that Little Annie's story was pure nonsense. He panicked, realizing his son had inherited his dark side. When Little Annie got home from school, Dirk discovered the knife hidden in her. Dirk wanted his daughter to confess to her deceit, but instead, Little Annie's anger skyrocketed. She accused him of never caring about her. She argued her knife was merely for self-defense, considering she'd been bullied her whole life. Dirk instantly felt regret, unable to speak. Coincidentally, Annie's friends arrived, and they headed to a party. Little Annie's stabbing Little Fatty made everyone grateful for escaping harm, leading them to unanimously praise her as a hero. She even gained female classmates' favor and, under the influence of alcohol, happily accepted pills from friends, feeling fuzzy-brained. Little Annie revealed her dad's past identity and collapsed. Seeing this, Little May immediately dialed for help, sending Annie to the hospital. Upon hearing the news, Dirk rushed over and learned Little Annie nearly met her maker thanks to those pills. Officer Paul informed him that over a dozen people had kicked the bucket due to those pills. He learned the police had the bead and the dealer's identity and were gearing up to nab him. The classmate who gave Annie the pills would face punishment, and in his rage, Dirk decided to eliminate the scum his way.